We are already experiencing the impacts of climate change, including flooding. If elected, how will you ensure that our health will be protected in the coming years, as we are likely to experience more heavy rainfall? For those of you who haven't seen it yet, on the Eventbrite page, there are a couple of videos of Smythe Park flooding. I highly recommend you go check those out because they really put into stark focus how our waterways, while have improved since 1954 and Hurricane Hazel, still need significant improvement. Over to you, Nikki, to answer this question.
Very much. And behind me, you can see a topographical map of the southern part of Ontario, which helps visualize this very complex problem. It's not just in two-dimensional, but in three dimensions. The red is the high ground, the yellow is the mid-ground, the green is lowish ground, and the blue is the same level as Lake Ontario, or thereabouts. And you can see that the water is fed into this area down here, which is where we are, from several different directions. It is not a steady state. There has been, there's actually another one which is a little bit closer, which helps here. This is us right here, and this is the 401 to the north. To the north, to the west, to the east, there has been a massive increase in development. And all of this non-porous soil not only pulls up and pours to the low ground, guess where the low ground is, but it doesn't permeate through and alleviate the issues. So even though if we just left things the same, we've got physically more water, forget about climate change, we've physically got more water hurtling through our neighborhoods. So an understanding of this and the ability to show this is probably a new information or a new map to a lot of people, to help people visualize what the issues are, is a step in the right direction. Going to Queen's Park and showing them this and saying, oh, look here, we've got a big old bit of plumbing coming down here and a big old plumbing down here. And all of this is a big old pool of water at the level of Lake Ontario. This is the way to get to explain things to simple politicians like myself and like the people at Queen's Park and like the people at the City of Toronto. How do we change this? Well, look, there is money to fix this, but we can't fix it from the bottom up, which is what's happening right now. The municipal government is taking the brunt of this, and they're doing as best they can, but they don't have the kind of money that's required for this. The $19 million that, or rather the $28 million that the city is spending, topped up by a little bit of 19 million from the feds, isn't enough to tackle this. There needs to be a zero and then maybe another zero at the end of this to solve this problem. And by the way, it's not just a York Southwest problem. This water doesn't stay here, it goes downhill. Guess what? It's below us. Other ridings in Toronto, Lake Ontario, and then we get back to the same issue with the nuclear waste problem. How do we solve this problem? Number one, we identify it correctly. Number two, we solve it at the source. And number three, we tap into existing federal funds and existing provincial funds to effect rapid change. We stop mucking around trying to put a Band-Aid as floodwater comes flowing through our entire neighborhood.
Thank you, Nikki. I must say, I am enjoying your maps.